Okay, so I thought the concept of this card was super cute and kind of like, you know, I like the weight of it, right? And that's kind of one of those things that I love about a card. A very simple card that just folds easy like this, that's one thing. But when you got some weight to your card, it feels very special and authentic and, you know, just like a cute little craft project. So last night I made a Happy Easter card like this one, and basically I have just a basic regular components added to this card, and I'm going to actually show you an example of how I made this card as well. It probably won't be the exact same, but I do believe with the same elements you can mix and rearrange the card to your taste, because I do believe all of what's out there on Pinterest and on YouTube can be actually displayed through your own work of art, you know, and just kind of, you know, give you the essential basics to be able to create or curate your authentic, I don't know, crafts. So in saying that, let's go ahead and get into how I made my card. Okay, so essentially today, I wanted to show you my card. Now, is it all the way complete? Not yet, but within the example, you see how the woman in that video actually took the time to complete the card. I'm still trying to decide how I would want to clasp and hold this, because I can use an eyelet and basically have it attached to a brad here, or I could be able to do the magnet like she did the magnet. Or I can just tie it up with some twine to keep it closed as well. I'm not too sure, and I have like twine here, so I might just do that. I'm not too sure. Anyway, the point that I'm trying to make is between her card, you can see that there's many different ways that you can remix it, because it's just a two-fold card. And with this one, I just basically made a mock basket, and then I put some DIY corner decor here. I embossed some paper for the basket and then cut out ovals for the eggs. And for me to actually do how I made these eggs, I used a jelly pad and used watercolors and put the watercolor on top of some really thick cardstock or watercolor paper and just rolled it on there and then cut the ovals out. And that's how I got these beautiful designs. I wanted to show you a couple more. So they just look just like what you would do with a Easter egg. So yes, this is very crooked. I'm one of those people where I like very symmetrical Happy Easter like sentiments, but you know, I tried something different and I am not here for it. So these are extremely crooked and it's not my taste, but you know, I'm going to keep it anyway. And of course, the thing that I wanted to show is like the background of the card. The base is green, but I also put a stationery that had, from Recollections, that has, what do you call it, stripes going up and down. And the paper that I used is from Blissful Beach Page Day Mont Art, I don't know, but Recollections is the person that, or the company that I purchased, and has 24 designs. It's acid free and it is from Michael's, because that's where I'm always at. So within the card though, this is a 12 by 6 card, so it's fairly big, but what I basically did was take my jelly paper that I completed, cut them out in ovals, and I basically touched them up with ink pad from Tim Holtz Distress collection with brown, and basically went along the sides and colored some here and there for depth with the Easter eggs, and then added my homemade stickers to the sides up here just to give it a little bit of like that really frilly Easter feel, I guess to say. I used the red ink pad to get all of the edges, to distress all of the edges as well. And that was just a Craft Smart pigment ink. So it wasn't Tim Holtz, so this is stuff that you can really get cheap as well. And then I just kind of placed the eggs all around and looked like they were stacking on top of the basket, and used the same paper as you can see here. I just looped it back around and made it look like you're deeper into the basket with all of the eggs. And then on this side, if there's any sentiments and things that you want to, you know, really share with the person that you're giving this card to, I put that right here. So you can put a little message here, you can write around there, you could put a sticker there, you could put a photo there. But what I basically did was have a background from the same stationery collection from Recollections. I just cut it out a ½ inch on each side smaller, and I basically, just used one of my, what do you call those, one of my metal dies to actually punch this out for you to have a place to write. But it's Easter, so I imagine there might not be a lot to say, so I kept this place pretty small, but with the room to be able to write this. So also I use the embosser to emboss this flap, and to emboss this the handle part of the actual Easter basket. And basically with this flap, it's 5x2, this flap here, and I glued it on the inside of this paper. So this is more stationery paper on top of the base paper that I have, and this is what gives it its weight, because I'm putting paper on paper here. But the color of the paper behind it is this beautiful green, so it's an awesome contrast with pinks and reds and white and things like that. But I just took the embossed paper, kind of like a 1/4 or a ½ inch smaller than the 5x2 flap itself, cut it in half, and then basically embossed it and stamped it right, or taped it right on top of this flap. So I always put my brand on all of my cards, but handmade by Ellie Jńe. But you could definitely put more decor back here if you want to. So I am in love with this. This is absolutely adorable. You can actually do this, and this is an idea that I was actually thinking about. You know, tags are a huge deal within this community, so you can also put like eggs that have tags on it, and just punch a hole at the top, at the top of your egg, and just, you know, use twine, and this could be something that they could be able to write messages on the back, or nice little Bible scriptures. It's really up to you. As far as like the Happy Easter, it's vellum that I actually printed on. I cut it out myself, but you can use your Cricut machine as well. And you know, I just basically glued it with regular schmegler glue, liquid glue at that though. And I also have to glue these down. But again, this isn't completed. I'm not too sure how I want to fashion the front, if I want to add more or less, but I thought this was a great stopping point to show before I give this beautiful example away. All right, so I want to show you guys how I basically made this card. Even though the example is definitely in my Pinterest. This is not my idea, but I really love the actual formatting of this card. And I'm learning myself, so this is pretty dope. Anyway.